As the battle of the hot shots this midweek, as of course Alexander Mitrovic comes to Ewood Park to take on big bad boy Brereton Diaz, of course, for the race for the golden boot. Who's going to come out top? We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again for another match preview. Look forward to Blackburn Rovers match up against Fulham at Ewood Park, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe and get your bang out today with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers Lane, World Football Lane, we don't know here, boys. Under one Rooski, that's right, boys and girls. Looking forward to this one. It could be a banger, it could be a shitter. Well, of course, either way. It could go either bloody way. As of course, Fulham in form, scoring goals, come to Ewood Park. Of course, Rovers back-to-back wins. Of course, that's the only bit of good stuff we can squeeze out of this one. Anyway, it's going to be tight. It's going to be entertaining. We'll talk about it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs, the P, a tree, on. Thank you for your continued support behind the scenes. But anyway, let's get into it. Of course, kicking on forward to this weekend, or this midweek's match, of course, as Fulham go to Ewood. Of course, Mitrovic scoring goals, Diaz scoring goals. Bit of a difference, though. We'll show you in a minute. Of course, if you're new to Blackburn Rovers, of course, they do play their football at Ewood Park, which holds around about 31,367. Hopefully, the fans will show up. We'll be lucky to get out into the high teens if we're lucky. Of course, manager is Tony Mowbray. Captain is Darragh Lenihan. The nearest match for the away day fans will be up against Preston. The most distance after travel will be up against Bournemouth. Of course, last time around they finished 15th in the table. Of course, odds are 20-1 to be champions this season. Of course, that was at the start of the season. The 10th for my prediction is 10th for Rovers. All set into this one. Of course, Blackburn Rovers on the back of a back-to-back wins for the first time in a long time. In fact, just one defeat in the past 4 games for Rovers. Their own defeat, of course, losing to QPR. So a couple of games back there. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the stats then, shall we, for Blackburn Rovers. 12 goals so far for Brereton in most cases. That would be absolutely fantastic. I think a lot of people would swap that, but not Fulham. Of course, they've got something a little bit more clinical than Diaz at the moment. Of course, Gallagher's got 5, Dolan's got 4, Ayala's got 2. As for the discipline, of course, Bucky's got 5 yellows, Ayala 3, Lenihan 3, Travis has 3. As for the Reds, just a 1, and that's Caden Carter with the big fat red. As for the lineup then, I'm going to go with as is, of course, from the last match, which was against Derby County, picking up the result there. I've committed between 6, Taylor Dunn at left back. If Pickering's fit and raring to go, get him on the bench. But of course, competition for places is massive. I've even gone with Buckley at right back. I thought he was absolutely amazing at right back last time around. His vision did lead to at least one of the goals for Diaz on the weekend. So his vision on the right is just composure on the ball. He's got a bit of a nasty streak in him. Of course, he might face a suspension, I think, if he picks up a yellow here. Van Heck and Lenihan in midfield. Again, if Ayala's fit, then I probably would have him in place of Van Heck, to be honest with you. But Van Heck has been a good understudy so far. Johnson, of course, in midfield. Travis Rothwell, of course. Again, if Nayame's fit, you might want to put Buckley more further forward. I don't know, but because of such quick turnaround, I think I'd be surprised to see if any of those guys coming back. Diaz, Dolan, and Gallagher up top. Of course, probably one of the best, if not the best, threes in the division. So let's get into it then. Of course, next round, of course, heading out of this game, Rovers will take on Sheffield United this weekend. That's, of course, the last match before the international break. And speaking of the international break, of course, we hope to have some watch-alongs for Chile and stuff like that. But, of course, following on, we do take on Bristol City at their place, Peterborough, Stoke and Preston. They are 4 not necessarily must-win games, but they are definitely winnable. We could go to Thrashton Gate, pick up a win there. We should be able to get a result against Peterborough. Stoke's going to be tricky. Preston's also going to be tricky, but we'll see how they pan out. As for Fulham, of course, they play the football at Craven Cottage. 19,000 on a given day, on a big day. Marco Silva is your manager. Captain is Tom Kennedy. The most distance they'll have to travel will be against Middlesbrough. The nearest, though, will be against QPR. Of course, last season they did finish 18th in the Prem. That was, of course, relegation. 11-2 they were, of course, at the start of the season to get promoted. I do have them at 5th. At the moment, of course, they are looking much better than that for the time being, but we'll see how they are at the end of the season. Of course, heading into this one, not good reading for Rovers. 3 clean sheets on their bounce for bloody Fulham. 3-0, 4-0, 2-0, and combined scoring 9 goals in the last 3 games. So you're probably on average thinking around about 3-0 here for Fulham. But again, they're winning at home and on the road. That's the last 3 clean sheets. But of course, they've actually won 4 on the bounce. 4-8. What have we got? 9 there. 9. Oh, bloody hell. I've lost count. 4, 5, 6, 10, 13 goals in the last 4 games. However, they are prone to a bit of a spanking. They got a bit of a battering by Coventry, but 4 wins of the bounce, of course, has led to, of course, Mitrovic running away with 18 goals so far. Without him, though, if he's not firing, then, of course, the goals might be something hard to come by. Wilson got 3, Carvalho's got 3, Reed has got 2. Adoy's got 4 yellows, Mitrovic got 3, Wilson's got 3, Robertson's got 3, Wilson and Adebayo both got red cards so far this season. Let's take a look at the starting line. What I anticipate then, shall we? Got to go Roddick between 6, Anthony Robertson and left back, Adoy at right back, of course. Now, Robertson should be playing for AC Milan. He should be. But, of course, that medical was failed, and he's now playing his football here in London. Of course, Reem alongside Adebayo at the back there, composed. Decent back 4, that is. Siri and Kearney in midfield. Of course, Siri 82 rated, give or take, something like that. I don't even know. To cover Reed, Cabano, Wilson, and Mitrovic. It is one of those teams that's either too good for the Championship, and of course maybe too shit for the Premier League. But either way, they'll go into this favourites, of course. As for their matches after this game, they'll take on Peterborough at their place. That's, of course, the match before the international break. Then it's Fulham against Barnsley, Fulham against Derby, and then Preston, and then, of course, Bournemouth with a zinger at the start of December, of course, on Friday night kickoff as well. Let's take a look at some stats then, shall we? Of course, Rovers on the left, Fulham on the right. Possession-based side, 41% of all of our possession. That's Rovers in the middle third there, 29% going forward, 29% also going back. As for Fulham, 45% of all their possessions in the middle third, 26% in the defensive third, and 30% going forward. When Rovers do have the ball, we prefer the right-hand side to the left. 41% of all of our stuff's coming down the right, 34% down the left, 25% down the middle. As for Fulham, a bit more evenly spread, 38% down the left, 34% down the right, 28% down the middle. As for shots, then Rovers preferring the 18-yard box, 60% of all of our shots inside the 18-yard box, 8% in the 6-yard area, and 30% long-range bad boys. As for Fulham, 9% in the 6-yard box, 54% in the 18-yard box, and 37% long-range cookies. As for shots, direction, 17% down the left, 30% down the right, 70% down the middle. Of course, Fulham preferring down the left-hand side to the right, and 73% down the middle there. As for the home and away form here, actually Rovers' home form is better than Fulham's away form. They pick up 2 defeats in the past 5 games on the road. Rovers without a defeat in the last 5 at home. They've actually won 3 of the last 4 as well. The only hiccup was the draw against Coventry, which of course we should have won, having thrown away a 2-goal lead there. As for Fulham, though, of course, coming into this just 1 win in 3. If you want to look at it a bit more narrow there, of course, most recently though, that 4-0 win on the road. As for the last matches, of course, between 2 sides, 1999, they played each other 34 times, 15 wins for Rovers, 12 wins for Fulham, and 7 draws. Biggest win for Rovers, 4-0 win. The biggest win of the way was a 3-0 win. Of course, heading into this one, the Rovers, back-to-back wins for them, just 1 defeat past 4. As for Fulham, though, 4 wins of the bounce. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games. Of course, coming at you, though, the last 6 in all competitions, both home and away. Rovers just picking up 1 win up against Fulham's 4. And our last win was a 3-0 win over Fulham back in 2016. Ben Marshall, Duffy, and Graham on the score sheet there. That's how long ago it was. As for the last 6 at Ewood Park, though, 3 wins for Rovers, 2 for Fulham, and 1 draw, of course. But back-to-back wins for Fulham, back-to-back 1-0 wins as well. Kearney proving to be a bit of a nightmare a couple of games back. Of course, Mitrovic getting the one and only goal last time around. Though, prior to that, though, Rovers won 3 on the bounce, unbeaten in the last 4 before those last 2. Kicking on forward then, shall we? Goals per game. Rovers scoring 25 goals this season. However, look at Fulham, 36 goals this campaign. 16 though through open play for Rovers, 4 set pieces, 2 counter-attacks, and 3 penalties. Goals for Fulham though, 25 through open play, 3 set pieces, 3 counter-attacks, 3 penalties, and 2 OGs. They pick up around about 16.7 shots per game. Rovers just shy of 11, and with a conversion rate of 15% though, compared to Fulham's 14%. As for goals per game, this is all conceded. Rovers conceded 18 compared to Fulham's 14. 14 through open play for Rovers, 2 set pieces, 1 counter-attacks, and 1 OG. As for Fulham, 9 of them through open play, 2 set pieces, 1 counter-attack, and 2 penalties. Conversion rate around about 9% for both sides heading into this one. Let's take a look at some more stats and numbers then, shall we? Of course, both sides played 15 times so far this season. On average, both sides picking up 2 goals a game. However, Fulham have 17 shots on average per game, 6 corners, 11 fouls as well. But a boss in possession, 57% compared to our 41%. Also, better successes with the passing, 84% of that. However, we are better in the air, of course, and we also likely to be offside more than they are as well. Let's take a look at our home versus their away. Again, it's pretty much all dominated by Fulham. They have 15 shots compared to our 14 shots, so that could be quite competitive there. 4 corners again to our 4 4. Again, they pick up more fouls. They're better with possession, and again, better in passing. However, Rovers do dominate the air, which of course could be massive in the grand scheme of things. Maybe set piece, Darrell Lenhan, maybe Ayala, Van Heck get his first goal. Put your money on that bad boy. Of course, let's take a look at the strengths and weaknesses then for both of these sides. Rovers coming at you, of course, their strengths, counter-attacks, finishing, scoring chances, creating chances through balls, creating chances through individual bits of skill, and scoring chances as well. Stealing the ball from the opposition is also a strength for Rovers. As for our weaknesses, though, avoiding offside, protecting the lead, defending against attack down the wings, avoiding fouling and dangerous areas, keeping possession of the ball, and defending against long shots. Our style of play, taking long shots, long balls, attacking down the middle, also down the right. We do like opponents to play aggressively against us. We have a consistent first 11, and we're also very aggressive. As for Fulham, their strengths are scoring chances, counter-attacks, taking down the wings, creating chances through balls, creating chances through bits of skill there, and also just creating scoring chances. Their weaknesses, though, aerial duels, we've highlighted that already, stopping opponents from creating chances as well. Fulham's style of play, attacking down the middle, also short passes, attempting a lot of through balls, keeping a hold of the ball as well, being very aggressive, but also they do like the opponents to play aggressively against them. What the forecast is, Fulham will score from a bit of a wing play situation. Rovers will dominate, will be receiving a high number of cards. Fulham will dominate possession, and also Rovers will create many scoring chances, and Fulham will also be shown a high number of cards. As for the journey so far this season for both of these two sides, of course, Fulham represented by the hollow circle, Rovers by the solid. Of course, Rovers have actually creeped and crawled away in and around the playoffs, of course, currently find themselves in 7th. Fulham have actually been a bit of an adventurous side themselves, dingling and dangling in the automatics, also into the playoffs as well, but they currently find themselves in 2nd spot this season. Of course, it's the form table coming at you. Of course, the last 6 matches, Rovers currently sit in 14th, picking up 7 points out of a possible 18. Fulham sit in 2nd in the form table, picking up 15 out of a possible 18, just a 1 blip on the resume. I think that was that spanking against Coventry, was it? So anyway, as for the home side, of course, Fulham's form is all the way into 3rd. We don't really worry about that because they're playing away. Rovers are actually in 10th at the moment with home form, with just a 1 defeat at the last 6. As for the away form, and then of course Fulham currently sit in 4th, which of course is a bit scary, picking up 10 points out of a possible 18 on the road. Just 1 win in 3 though on the road. As for the stats, then of course Fulham should dominate a lot of these. Of course, they are the 3rd best possession rate side with 55.9% possession. Of course, Swansea lead the charts in that regard. Rovers though dominate 3rd in the most aggressive side. Of course, 33 yellows and 1 red so far. The aerial duels dominated by Stoke at the moment, 57.5 for them. No sign of Fulham in that one. Shots per game though, Fulham lead the charge, 16.6 on that, and they're also 2nd in pass accuracy with 83.7 as well. As for what else is going to go on this weekend, I'll take a little look at it for yourself. Of course, well, it's actually midweek. Millwall against Reading, of course, clocks have changed, so a little bit closer to the money there. Forest against Sheffield United, Coventry against Swansea, Peterborough against Huddersfield, and Birmingham will take on Bristol City. And the final game on Tuesday, we'll see Luton Town against Borough. Into Wednesday, though, we have Barnsley against Derby, Cardiff against QPR. That's managerless Barnsley. Cardiff against QPR, of course, managers Cardiff City. Of course, Bournemouth against Preston, Blackpool against Stoke, West Brom against Hull. But of course, the game of the day will be at Ewood, and it will be against Fulham. Of course, hopefully I will have a watch along. It's not confirmed yet. We'll see about that. Got the dentist, got a lot of stuff going on that day, so we don't know. As for the table, as you can see right here, should we make it a little bit bigger? Cheeky. Let's make it a little bit bigger. It's a little bit tiny. How about that? There we go. Of course, yeah, Bournemouth lead the charge at the moment, 5 points clear over that's Scotty Parker's Bournemouth, leading over the former Scotty Parker's Fulham, who currently sit in 2nd spot. Rovers are in 7th, and a win for us this weekend, we could actually, or this midweek, could actually go 5th. Of course, win for Fulham, they could close in on 1st. Of course, Hull, Barnsley, and Derby going down. Let's take a look at the golden boot then, shall we? Of course, Mitrovic is running away with it. 6 goals clear of Brereton Diaz. However, a couple of goals this week could actually close that gap a little bit more realistically. However, Dominic Solanke's got 11 as well, breathing down Diaz's neck. Gayorkes, Swift, Pirro, Adebayo, Grant, Jakobsen, and Cornick, of course, to complete the top 10. As for the assists, and Wilson's from Fulham's in there with 6. Swifty's in there as well. Thomas leads the charge, though, at the moment. But that, my friends, is just about that. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well if you want to support channel. In another way, that's the best place to do it. But until then, folks, I'll see you soon. But until then, folks, I'm out of here.